I'm Mary Ziegler. I'm the Stearns Weaver Miller Professor at Florida State's College of Law, and I study the history of the abortion debate. Roe v. Wade was the 1973 Supreme Court opinion that legalized abortion nationwide, and the court held that the right to privacy, which was at least implied in the text of the Constitution, was broad enough to encompass a woman's decision to terminate her pregnancy. Roe became controversial immediately. There's no clear abortion right or even right to privacy spelled out in the text or history of the Constitution, and a lot of scholars thought that the Supreme Court did a bad job of explaining where the abortion right did come from if it wasn't from these places that judges would usually look in analyzing the Constitution. One of the most common arguments made for the reversal of Roe was that it was polarizing. But if anything, American abortion politics were less polarized in the immediate aftermath of the decision than they are now. One of the things that changed was that American political parties got involved. So for much of the 70s, neither party had staked out a strong position on abortion and had sort of seen the whole issue as politically toxic. That began to change in the 80s. And when that was true, politicians more and more began to use abortion as a wedge issue to gain votes and contributed to the polarization. The fate of Roe is now up for grabs. Many Americans tend to be less angry or concerned about abortion when you're talking about access issues than when you're talking about legality. And in 2016, there wasn't really a sense that abortion legality was going to change anytime soon. That's no longer the case. With two new Supreme Court justices in place and a new presumed swing vote, I think many expect the Supreme Court to overturn Roe. And that's something that many more Americans care about than the kind of access restrictions that were being debated in 2016. If Roe is overturned, you're going to see laws like Alabama's that could send abortion doctors to prison for nearly 100 years. You're also going to see, I think, the probability that women will be punished for ending their own pregnancies, which isn't really on the table now.